Again, what I would say to y'all is this evening, ask yourself the question, would any self-respecting bacteria eat this kind of stuff for their growth, okay? And the simple, straight-up answer is no, okay? This processed food that's got a lot of food additives, dyes, preservatives is not what's going to help healthy bacteria grow. And hey, do a simple experiment. If you're curious as to whether a snack food that you like to eat is really good for you and your bacteria, throw it on the counter. Let it sit there for a week. I'll let it sit there for 2 weeks. If a year later it still is not molded, you got a problem. It's time to put that thing away and say, if self-respecting bacteria won't eat this, I don't guess I should either. So this is what bacteria are designed to consume, and that is the rainbow diet. And the rainbow diet is really as simple as that. It's color and variety from the plant-based world. It's simple. You got the colors here. And what's center in this rainbow is green. And green I would consider to be the foundational color for your diet. Why? Because basically green contains mostly one thing that's going to surprise you, that's protein. And people ask me all the time, well, what about my protein? How am I supposed to get my protein? Well, ask yourself a question. How does a cow get her protein? Anybody ever asked that question before? You know I need my protein, so of course I'm going to eat a big steak. I'm going to eat a piece of chicken or fish, right? Isn't that what we say to ourselves? How did the fish get that protein? How did the chicken get that protein? Was the chicken eating a steak? I don't think so. Was the cow sucking on the udder of another cow to get her calcium and protein? Where'd you get it from? Guys? Well, grass, right? It's grass. So what I say to you is, you too can get your protein and your minerals and your calcium from green things, just like cows, giraffes, gorillas. Every large land mammal on the planet subsists and gets their protein from this one source, principally green things, and so can you. So this is the rainbow diet. Let me just ask y'all a question now. I alluded to it earlier. What is enough? What is enough fruits and vegetables? Okay, 5 servings. Where'd that come from? You've heard it, right? I mean, yeah, it's one of the USDA guidelines. It came out a few years, 20 years ago. It was the 5-a-day program. And then we had the 5 to 7 a day, and then we had the 7 to 13 a day. Come on now, wait a minute. You just said, Brown, earlier that the average American was not getting even a whole serving of fruit and just the serving of veggies, and then that's where tomato sauce and ketchup is included, by the way, and French fries. The bottom line is we're not getting enough, but if we just ask ourselves, is it possible to get too much? Well, here's a study that I always like to quote. It's by researchers at the University of Toronto, and guess what they did? They took a group of individuals and fed them an average of 63 servings of fruits and vegetables per day. That's 11 pounds of produce per day. You know what comes in, what happens? It's got to come out, right? So, they were eating a whole lot, and they were doing other things a whole lot of too. But you know what happened to this group of people was in a very short period of time, they had a dramatic change in their cholesterol. In just 1 week, they saw a 33% reduction in their LDL cholesterol. Gang, that's way more powerful than any drug. And the message to this study is you cannot get too many fruits and vegetables. Your markers of health are going to continue to improve the more you put into your body. But the bottom line is we're not getting close. We just simply can't, we won't, or we don't get enough color and variety from the plant-based world, from fruits and veggies. So, I ask myself, and this is what was on my mind, back in 2006, was what am I supposed to do? Because as a doctor, you'd think, well, Brown, you're a doctor, don't you know? Heavens no, I didn't know. And if you think healthcare professionals in this day and age know much about nutrition, think again. Because the average doctor is not getting even an hour or 2 of class time on the subject of nutrition. It's not happening. And I'm talking to medical students in recent years, and they're still not learning this stuff. But this is really what I was starting to think is important. And I had to ask myself, well, if I'm going to bridge the gaps in my diet, it's got to be from fruits and vegetables. I started understanding that that was that important. Literally, I started to see that fruits and vegetables were so powerful that they could turn on good genes and turn off bad genes. And so I said, okay, if I want to put something in my body like a vitamin pill, it's got to come from fruits and vegetables. And then I started throwing out my vitamins. And this is where I decided to look at the concept of what's called Juice Plus. And what is Juice Plus? Well, it is simply the concept of juicing that takes those juiced fruits and vegetables, 15 different fruits and vegetables, and 2 milled grains, and puts them into a capsule through a dehydration process. And you might be wondering, now, wait a minute, Brown, you're talking about putting 15 different fruits and vegetables into into 4 capsules? How's this supposed to work? Well, produce is 95% water, okay? So you take the water out of produce and you have fine powders that then can be blended and encapsulated. And then you're talking about the nutrition from things like cabbage, spinach, beets, tomatoes, kale, broccoli, parsley, carrots. You fruits like papaya, apples, pineapples, peaches, cranberries, cherries, oranges. This is concentrated nutrition that you're getting every day, conveniently. And this is what I can dial my nutrition in with, is something like this. And you combine that with Vineyard Blend, which is the companion berry product, which is 8 berries and grapes, in addition to artichoke, ginger root, and green tea. And you have combined, through taking 2 of each capsule per day, the concentrated nutrition of 25 different fruits, vegetables, and berries and 2 grains. This gets really cool if, and this is a big if, and this was my question, is this really working? Does this really get into my bloodstream? Is there evidence and proof that this is really what they say it is? And this is where I started looking at the research behind Juice Plus. Juice Plus is the most thoroughly researched brand name nutritional of its kind in the world. It is the independent research that has convinced me of its benefit. And where is that research being done? At 29 of the finest research institutions.